Certainly a pleasure having this gentleman on the show after a year has passed. His name is Mr. Ivan Stewart, and he's won a lot of money, and he's won a lot of first-place titles in off-road racing, and he's here to get underway. The race starts tomorrow morning. Ivan, what time?
I believe at 8 o'clock, Dennis.
8 o'clock, and this morning you'll be doing your technical inspection all at the front of your hotel. And people can actually see your car.
Oh yeah, come down and we'll have, well, we can take the hood off and let people, really, it's a $100,000 race car. People don't realize how sophisticated this racing is getting. Very sophisticated race cars.
And the $100,000 car we're talking about is a Toyota pickup truck.
That's exactly right. This is my first year racing with Toyota in the desert and short course. Last year I raced for Toyota, but it was strictly a short course program.
Got it. And for this car to be that sophisticated, it must have everything conceivable to handle the terrain that you have to go over.
Very sophisticated. You'd have to actually see the car to see what, the engine alone is designed strictly for racing. It's like a $15,000 motor that turns 10,000 RPMs. We run it all day long, like 7,000 to 8,000 RPMs. So it's very sophisticated.
That is phenomenal, and I would think a lot of fun.
Oh, it's a ball. Well, I've driven just about all the classes that'll be racing. And I've got to say this is going to be the most exciting. For horsepower to weight ratio, it's a very violent little truck. In fact, we're running it in Class 1.
Yeah, now explain the difference. You've always been in Class 7.
Well, over the years, I've raced just about all the classes. The last year, this year, I've raced Class 7 for Toyota in with Class 7s. What we've done with the truck now for this race is brought it up and raced. We're going to be racing in Class 1, the ultimate machines for racing across the desert, trying to beat Jack Johnson, trying to beat these guys that have always, the buggies that have won overall. I want to take the Toyota truck and put it first place overall, which has never been done before.
Got it. Will there be any other trucks in that Class 1 but you?
Well, my teammate, Tom Morris and Frank Arciero, are also driving in Class 1. So we've got two trucks, two Toyotas entered in Class 1. Never been done before.
The only ones?
That's right.
And these are single seat or anything else that thinks they can qualify in Class 1 you're up against? They're
normally single seat VW powered lightweight high performance desert racing machines, single seat. I'm taking a mechanic. In fact, my son's going to go with me on this race. So we'll take a mechanic with us. A little heavier, a little bulkier, but I think we're going to surprise a lot of people.
Extraordinary. And for the people who don't know, Ivan, this is a very unique race in that you're going from Las Vegas to Reno, which covers about 500 miles.
Roughly 500.
And this is the third annual. You won the first. The year they went, which was 82, you won your classification. Last year you broke down with Bruce Jenner.
Right.
And now you're back in again, which I know it's going to be good.
It's a unique race, and most of our off-road races are done in laps. The Mid-400 is done in a lap race. So we've got 100-mile laps with 400 people. This one, you might pass the same car 2 or 3 different times. At the Mid, I've ended up passing the guy maybe 3 or 4 times. Either caught him and lapped him, or I broke down myself and had to pass him again. This race, you should only pass the guy 1 time. Point A to point B, Las Vegas to Reno. It's unique.
Because if he breaks down, you're never going to see him again.
Nope, he'd be gone. Right? On the Mint now, we could catch him again, see?
Yeah.
And that wears the course out and makes it a lot rougher course. Although this course will be plenty rough.
I don't suppose, and I've asked you this before and other drivers, there's really no way anybody can get any kind of an idea what you do in off-road racing until you've actually been there or done a little light pre-run, which a lot of press people do.
Sure.
But the effect and what you do is so incredible. I don't know what words to use. Only you drivers know.
You're right. Even if you went on a pre-run, like I was talking earlier, I'd like to take you on a pre-run sometime and take you out and show you exactly what the course is like, to see the size of rocks and the type of dust and the type of terrain we drive over. But even the pre-run vehicle isn't nothing like the race car. The race truck is so forgiving and so tough and such a nice ride. I couldn't describe it to you. I'd have to take you out in the truck and actually ride in it. I mean, people that have ridden with me in that truck just can't believe that you can go that fast across the terrain and not hurt you. They are well suspended, nice seats, and they're good.
But also take the abuse. I'm sure I would think this car cannot take this, or this buggy, whatever you might be, and I would probably think, oh no, we're going to total here if he goes over that, and probably it's just second nature to you that...
It does amaze me also in the fact that the tires can take that kind of abuse and for that long a period of time. The tires and the truck itself. But they're designed strictly for doing that, and as long as you don't really what I call smack a ditch or hit a tree or something like that, that's really a big driver, they'll go for a long way. It's really surprising.
We're going to take a look at some video right now, and you'll see Ivan actually in action. And I want to set this up before we go into it, Ivan, if you don't mind. This is actually in a stadium.
Right.
At Riverside.
That's right. This is the World Championships in 1983, in fact, which Steve Millen and myself won in '83, and then we just did the World Championships again a month or so ago. We won again, first and second.
Okay, well, let's take a look at this, and you'll see Ivan in action. Also, you'll see it from a stadium or an indoor, not actually an indoor, but it's within a stadium facility.
Right. Basically, what we're doing is bringing the same trucks, the same drivers to a stadium. Like I say, this is at Riverside International Raceway, where we try and simulate an off-road course with the jumps and the ditches and the mud and what have you. That's Roger Mears. Actually, the first truck there was Steve Millen, my teammate. Roger Mears in the red, white, and blue truck there. Walker Evans, who you know well, is in the blue and white truck.
And I don't see any buggies in this, so this is just a classification. Which class is this?
This is all Class 7 now. These are the mini trucks.
Got it. And it's over how far? How many laps does this course involve?
Roughly, well, the lap here is about 1.5 mile lap, and we go like 12 laps. It's 1.5 mile around the course, and we do 12 laps on it.
Did you win this one, Ivan?
Yes. Fortunate enough to win this in 1983, and then again just a month ago.
This cannot compare, though, to the Mint 400 or the Frontier 500 as far as terrain. This one you can predict, right? You know the terrain, you can predict it, but the others are like...
That's the big difference in short. There's some guys that like short course racing and have nothing to do with desert racing. In the desert, you have to learn how to read the terrain because you can't remember 500 miles. In a race like this one, it's a matter of remembering 1.5 mile course. And you get on easy. Usually, you don't see too many guys that like one or the. You normally like one or the other. I prefer myself desert racing. I feel I do a better job at it.
Now, over this past year, not only did you win this one, which was Riverside, but you have others that you did as well. You've had a good year.
Excellent year. Of all the 12 years that I've been racing in off-road, this 1984 has been my best by a long ways.
What were this?
Winning the Manufacturers Cup and the Mickey Thompson Off-Road Championship Grand Prix Series, which is a 5-race series. We won that first and second. Toyota was first and second for the second year in a row. Myself winning the driver's points for the second year in a row. We won the Mint 400 this year. We won the Baja 500 this year. We just won the World Championships for the second year in a row. It's an excellent year.
I can't imagine we have a $250,000 purse for this race starting tomorrow morning. Is that kind of money, that kind of purse with all of these races?
They're getting bigger, Dennis. Popularity in off-road racing is just growing like crazy. When we get manufacturers and sponsors like BF Goodrich, Coors, Toyota that are heavily sponsored to our team, it shows you that the sport is growing, and the purses are getting bigger like that for sure. They are getting big.
And we have people to thank like the Frontier Hotel, who are tremendous. You have tremendous support from this hotel. This is their third year with the Frontier 500, and I know they're like the Mint. It keeps growing.
That's right. Excellent support from everybody. I mean, the hotel in Las Vegas has really been supportive, and it's just excellent. I enjoy coming to Las Vegas. We come, I guess, 3 times a year with the Mint, the Frontier 500, the Frontier 250.
250, yeah. Sure. Well, I can only say that it's really nice having you here, and it's nice having Las Vegas showing such support for races such as this that I'm not sure everybody can appreciate or even always knows about. You know, unless you're an enthusiast in this sport, you're not sometimes aware of how great and the economy. I know how much money you bring to this economy.
That's exactly right. I mean, I don't know. What does the Mint bring? I've heard figures in, I don't know, thousands and thousands of people.
That's exact. Well, I mean, when you put it all together, not only the number of yourself, you bring your wives, you bring your family, and then all the people that come in. You know, I don't know how many thousands of people, in addition to the actual racers, that is attributed to this, but it's really big. That's what I say about it's such a great thing that this is going on. I don't think you get this kind of support or enthusiasm. I haven't felt so in Reno itself. Vegas has had this has been down the line for so many years, and it's still new to Reno, isn't it? It
is. That's right. Well, the Mint 400, I think, has helped that. The Mint's been around since 1967 or something like that. And but off-road racing in Reno, I mean, you really don't hear of it, other than the Frontier 500, and it's a little difficult. We don't have not near the support. You're right. Yeah. I'd like to see the same support in Reno that we do have in Las Vegas.
Well, good luck tomorrow morning, and if you want to stop by and see Ivan, he'll be around somewhere throughout the tech inspection.
We'll be around the Frontier Hotel there, and all the other cars. I mean, all the guys are friendly, fun to talk to if you get a chance to come by.
Well, just to see your car will be in itself a real treat. $100,000 of Toyota machine, that's great. Thanks,
That's
Ivan.
right. Thank you, Dennis.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Stay with us, we're coming right back.